Hi, Bill. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing good today. How about yourself?
I'm doing awesome today. So it's good to see you.
Yes, it's good to see you again. This is our fifth session, I believe.
Yes, our fifth session. And I'm hoping that things have gotten better with you since our last session 2 weeks ago. So tell me what's been going on with you and Rhonda and the children.
Well, as you know, I've been, working more on the weekends and coming home very, very late. And
Being a doctor, yes,
exactly, that's pretty much my job. But now it's starting to cause problems between me and Rhonda. And lately we've just been fighting more, and I think it's starting to take a toll on the kids. Our youngest child, their grades are starting to slip. They really having trouble with language arts, and our middle child has been missing school a lot. Complaining about headaches. So it's just been really, you know, kind of tough for me to watch. Because I do care about my family.
So when you see your children struggling, what kind of emotions do you have being their father and working so much as a physician?
I mean, what type of father wants their kids to suffer? Any type of thing. So I mean, it's kind of like I said earlier, it's tough to deal with, but I am thankful that for the most part, I do have my vices the way I can deal with things. For the most part of what's going on in the household.
So we've been doing this music therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me a brief synopsis as to how music has been helping you deal with your emotions and your feelings and your thoughts, especially regarding you and Rhonda, because you guys are head of the household. So therefore, if it's not working between the two of you, then of course there's a breakdown with the children. So tell me how music has been helping you.
As you just said, I try not to break down or express how I really feel about things in front of the children. So if I am feeling a certain way about a certain situation, music is that's like my freedom. I can go there and just get
therapy.
away. Exactly. I can go there and get away and escape.
And you're currently working on an album right now, are you not?
Currently it's a small project. I really wouldn't call it an album, but for the most part, I'm gaining a love for this music because, like I said, it's like my escape. Before it was just a hobby, and now that life has been getting rough, ends are starting to become harder and harder to meet. When I go to this music, I don't have to think about any of that. It's just like freedom. I can fly and go wherever I want to go. I can be whoever I want to be, and I can create whatever type of environment I want to create. In my circumstance, it may seem difficult, but I can go to music, and it's like my circumstances doesn't even exist. It's free, it's pure. I can just fly and really express how I want to express.
So when you're listening to music, does it match what you're feeling, or when you're creating music, does it match your emotions and everything?
For the most part, they do, and that's the beauty in music is because you can take someone else's situation and make it yours. So I can talk about my household from a father's standpoint, where I can look at my kids and how it makes me feel, or I can look at the pain in their eyes and I can look at the problems that they're having, and I can step into their shoes and look at them from their perspective, of how things are going and how they could probably feel like their life is, and then I can even step in their shoes and look at my own self and how they would feel looking at me, or looking at Rhonda and seeing how things have been going on in the household.
So as far as Rhonda, when you look at her, and I know that her program to become a doctor has been very slow paced, and you've also expressed that you guys have been arguing. Is there anything that you do to help her, with her feelings and the things that she's going through with the issues that you guys are having, as well as the children? How is Rhonda dealing with those feelings? How does it make you feel?
Um, I mean, right now, I can honestly say that things aren't really going that good because, like I said, we've been fighting more and more. So it's kind of really hard for me to understand where she's coming from right now because, like I said, she is pursuing her doctorate and it has been a slow process. So since that has been a slow process, and then we also have the kids, they have outside of school activities as well, it's kind of hard for her to balance taking care of the kids, fixing the kids' problems, let alone fixing our own problems within our own marriage, let alone whatever she wants to take care of too, whatever she wants to do, whether it be a doctorate or whatever, like I'm going to support her, whatever she wants to do. But as of right now, if you're going to pursue this and it has been slow pace, it's kind of tough on, the whole household because it's like it's hurting everybody to a certain expectation or is it a certain responsibility. And so I am the man of the household. And so like I said, instead of me breaking down and feeling like I can't cope with anything that's going on in the household, music helps me do that. I can tap into my music and.
So when you're at home, and because I know you work a lot, and you've been working more in the evenings and the weekends, and I know that you have time available to take off from working those hours. Do you exert yourself in the hours that you're working, like to maybe not deal with the issues at home? And when you're at home, do you put up a facade to hide your feelings or to mask what is, your true thoughts as far as?
For the most part, I feel like I can't really express myself because I don't like fighting with my wife. That's my rib. So, we've been married 17 years and it's kind of hard for me to see us fighting every day, let alone take care of the kids. So I do walk around and, try to, for the most part, make sure and pretend like everything is okay, even when sometimes really it's not okay. But music helps me, deal with that.
So if you guys are having a fight and you don't leave home or if you're not working, what do you do in those moments where you feel like you can't express yourself? Do you put some headphones in? Do you write lyrics? What do you do? What part of music does that help you to deal with your feelings?
I was about to say, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
The thing that helps me is sometimes I can just start writing without any music. If my mind is racing, I can just start writing down, or I have my phone, I can just write in my notepad. Sometimes if we are in the middle of a fight, instead of going off, I can just, I like to exercise sometimes, so I'll probably go to the gym, put my headphones on.
And you also play golf as well.
Exactly. Yeah, so I go to the gym and, I go to the golf club, I go to the golf course and really when I'm out there, it's just so much greenery and just so much space and all the trees and I can just hear the wind blow sometimes and really just get away. And so I can just be out there by myself, even if I'm not swinging sometimes, I can just put my headphones on and just really just admire, nature and, free my mind and just, express myself that way and try to focus on the positive things in life.
So do you feel that music helps promote the change in your behavior? If you act out, if you and Rhonda are arguing, or if the kids do something that disappoints you?
Definitely, because, even though sometimes most of us aren't aware, whatever you listen to, you're feeding yourself. So if you're feeding yourself negative music or you're listening to that, then that's going to affect your mood. If you're in a rough mood or a down mood and you listen to something that's uplifting or positive, that can change your attitude, and so when I listen to that and I hear positive things, I become more positive, maybe not in that moment, but eventually something's going to kick in and I'm going to be like, all right, bet, let me shake back and, try to make everything work as best as I can.
I think it's pretty cool that you bring your 8-year-old daughter to the session because that lets me know that no matter what, that you want to work this out. And I hear that your daughter's playing the iPad over there.
Yeah, so she's being, a little loud while, I'm here, but it's okay. Hey, sweetie, hey, can you leave the music alone, please? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I just kind of want to get us to, stay focused on the session.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It really is okay. I have an 8-year-old myself, so I totally understand. So after you and Rhonda, do you guys talk about your issues? Because I know that she's moody. And
very,
her moodiness, I know.
Very moody.
You've expressed in other sessions that, it makes you just want to escape somewhere else. So.
And it's the thing about it is, like I said, we've been married 17 years, as you know this already. So that's like my best friend. So it goes from someone you can just basically tell everything to and talk about any problem you want to how do I even come at you? How do I even speak to you, you know, or can I receive what you trying to get me to understand, you know? And it's lately with me trying to understand and the mood swings, you know, at the end of the day, I have to put my kids first, you know. So when I look at my kids and I see the problems that my kids are having, and I see the problem that, of course, I'm having in my household, when we do talk, you know, it's kind of, you know, sweetie.
Wow. You know, you've come such a long way, and, you know, dealing with life, and especially being married and having children, working the long hours you work,
Mm-hmm.
and supporting Rhonda, you know, into pursuing her career. Do you ever feel like there's so much weight on you that you can't handle it, or that you're overwhelmed?
I think that's just, you know, I don't know. I go see, you know, I think it's a thing with being a Scorpio sometimes where our emotions, we're a water sign, so our emotions get really rocky, you know, sorry. But our emotions get really rocky sometimes, so I do feel emotions of overwhelmness sometimes, but I'm growing and working every day on, you know, being more patient because at the end of the day, like I said, I do love my family, and with love, you have to be patient. And so I'm learning with Rhonda, sometimes I just listen to what she has to say and I don't even have to say anything back. And it means more to her the fact that I'm just there listening instead of having to say something back all the time. So when I am talking to her and I'm receiving what she's telling me, I can then take a step back and either go to the music or I can really just make a change right there. And, you know, for the most part, throughout that day, things can change, you know, we'll be good. But once that mood changes, it's kind of hard to get her out that mood, you know, especially us being married 17 years. It's like she's almost used to, you know, everything. And so I just find music as a way to, you know, keep the spark going because, you know what I'm saying?
Tell me this. Have you ever invited her to listen to music when you guys have maybe had an argument or a fight, just so you guys can kind of be on the same level to express yourselves or to escape?
Um, I want to, but it's probably something I should do because, you know, maybe she needs to hear it. But for the most part, I wouldn't want her even listening to, you know, anything that I am saying because it's like I don't want to make it about me. You know, I want to hear what you got. Probably, you know, whatever you're going through, let me know. But if she would, you know, like to sit down and listen to it and hear me, you know, hear my perspective on things, you know, maybe that's something that we probably need to do. Maybe that's something that's hindering, you know, everything else. Maybe I do need to, you know, work on being more open. You know, as a man, sometimes it's hard just letting people know exactly how you feel, especially, you know, the woman. But it's like, you know, sometimes at the end of the day, that being vulnerable, being transparent is what they need, you know, to understand that we're in this together, you know. So I feel like if I can get her perspective and she can get my perspective, then we can probably find a middle ground somewhere and make everything work.
So, and I also know that all of your children are involved in extracurricular
Sports,
activities,
music, dance, it never stops.
right? And being a doctor. Do you have the time to support them in their activities? And if you don't, does that kind of put a little wedge in your heart to make you upset?
And see,
Because,
these are some of the things that we fight about, you know, because there is so much going on. Sometimes I have to be the one to attend, you know, the game or the concert or wherever it may be, and sometimes she has to be the one. And us being, you know, having kids that's 11, 8, and 13, you know, everything isn't, you know, we're not the Benjamin, you know, we're not the Benjamins out here, you know, we're not balling out here like that. So it gets kind of tough when if we have one vehicle or even if we have two, some, you know, we have three kids, so somebody has to be here, somebody has to be here, somebody has to be here, you know. So for the most part, we used to be a team and everything was good, but you know, with me trying to pursue what I'm trying to pursue and her trying to pursue what she wants to do as well, you know, it gets difficult.
so tell me, when you have those late nights of working, and you come home, what is the first thing that you do?
The first thing that I like to do, what I wish I could do, is kiss my wife, you know. But when I do come home, she's thinking negative things already, you know.
And how do you deflect those negativities? Or do you deflect those negativities?
I feel like, you know, trust is something major, and that's why I say I don't want to give up on my wife, because I feel like if you can't trust me, then we shouldn't be together, you know. But at the end of the day, I have to be the one to forgive you, just like I want to be forgiven for my mistakes or, you know, my shortcomings or whatever it may be that you feel like I bring to the table as well. So when I get home and you know, if I can't talk to her, you know, I try to go check on the kids and make sure they're good. Even if they're asleep, I'll just go check on them, make sure they're good. Then after that, I'm sitting down at my table. You know, I'll probably turn the TV on a little bit, watch some Sports Center. For the most part, I'll probably, you know, turn some YouTube on and, you know, go watch some music videos or go listen to some documentaries of some of my favorite artists.
Do you find that as a stimulation when you have alone time?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. That is, you know, like I said, one of the main reasons why I do love music, because in the midst of all the chaos, that's where, you know, I can listen to all types of different music and just really zone out and be myself and not have to really worry about anything. And sometimes it is good to have that alone time, you know. For the most part, I want all of us to be together. I don't want everybody on different pages.
But
my
the
alone
music
time,
helps you to
my alone
cope
time
with
is well needed, you know, as far as being by myself, taking a step back, like you're in control, you got this, you're the head, not the tail. Listen to this music. You know?
So take me to that moment when you're zoning out, you're alone, and you put your headphones in. Give me an example about how you feel and how you go to that zone and what you're feeling while you're in that zone. Like, what process do you take yourself through mentally, spiritually, and physically?
Yeah, I was definitely gonna say it becomes more of a spiritual thing once I do step into that zone. It's like I'm in another twilight, like I'm in another dimension, like I'm on another planet. You know, it's kind of really hard to explain, but I just feel so free. I feel like a creature, a creation just out the sky, just ready to just, you know, conquer in a great way, you know, and leave a legacy in a great way, you know. So, you know, sometimes our biggest critics are ourselves, you know, and sometimes in this music I could just become, like I said, whoever I want to be, and I could tell myself, this is who you are. You're this, you're this. And me telling myself these things in this music, you know, now I have to tell myself in real life. And, you know, once you tell yourself something and you keep telling yourself this is what I am or this is who I am, slowly but surely you'll become that. And so music, it takes me somewhere above my circumstances. And so I know since I can't run from my circumstances, I have to try to live above them every single day. And so that's what music helps me do.
Well, I'm very glad that music is a therapy to you, to help motivate you and cultivate you even as a man, because you know that you have a family that you have to provide for.
Exactly. It's just like dream. You dream of a perfect family, you know. So when I'm in this music, I close my eyes. It's like dreaming, and hopefully, when I open my eyes, I can live what I just thought about. You know what I'm saying? And that's what music does for me.
So I've been giving you homework to do, after our sessions.
Definitely.
For because of course we know that you love music and you write music.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a particular verse or words that you've written down lately to express yourself, like it's really close to your heart about the things that you've been going through?
Yeah, like I said, our kids are big into sports and music and dance as well. And sometimes, we go to like the Rockets games. And, I want the best for my kids, and so when I'm there, we can't afford to sit on the floor or, be right there with everyone else. So we're sitting way at the top. We're in the nosebleeds, And so when I look at my own circumstances, I look at my kids. I want the best for my kids. I don't want my kids to be looking way down on the court. I want them to be on the floor, getting the best experience they can, So I try to say, like, till I'm out the nosebleeds, I ain't giving up. So I let my soul bleed, like my spirit cut. Basically saying, like, I'm going to sacrifice whatever I got to sacrifice no matter how bad it hurts, you know what I'm saying? If love kills me, then I'm going to bleed love all day long, especially for the ones that I love and I believe in, my kids, you know what I'm saying? I want the best for everybody, so.
Wow. You have truly grown since our first session, and I'm proud that you are taking this serious, and I can tell that you love your wife, you love your family, and you want it to work. So, as always, for your homework, I would like for you to continue to listen to music and create your own. And on the next session, maybe bring me something you've written down, and we can discuss those, lyrics, and help you uh, understand exactly from what's coming in your inner core why you wrote those lyrics, and what's going on with the family and everything. um, so we're running close to time, so is there anything that you like to say or
I just want to
express
say,
before
whatever growth you see, I thank you. I'm working on it. Like I said, I try. So I really appreciate you for telling me that. Just thank you for this session. Other than my music, this is another way for me to, express myself, and it's good to, be able to talk to you about this and bring it back, of course, to the music and of course my household. So I want to say thank you.
all
So
right,
I
then
wish the best for you. Thank
we'll
you.
see you next session.